Jesus. Jesus Christ.
Hey, what's happening, you lovable bastards? It's me, Sprax, and your favorite black man that lives in a vehicle. So as you see by the title, I'm just going to keep this really brief and everything. This is kind of a throwaway video. I don't really do these anymore because since I've found structure for my channel and everything. But it's one of those things that has been on my mind. So I feel like I just got to talk about it or I'm going to explode at the seams and die, basically. But before I even get to that, I don't have the flu anymore. Yeah, I had the flu for like the last 8 days. I didn't have my voice. I could barely talk. And all I gotta say this to the people out there on Earth who would say things like a certain thing that came out during 2020, can't really say the name, or I might get flagged for misinformation because YouTube is stupid that way. But that thing that came out, right? The people that said that it was just like the flu, that it's just the flu, y'all can run my fate because I have a good immune system. So, and the flu beat that shit. And the flu beat me. Coughing so hard that it was giving me migraines and I was throwing up. You know, I wasn't throwing up from nausea. I was coughing so hard that it was causing abdominal cramps. And then I would throw up. Fuck the flu. But anyways, now that we got that out of the way, James Somerton and all this stuff, right? What I really wanted to say with this is this isn't going to be profound or anything, but I've been seeing a lot of things on my feed since the whole James Somerton thing happened with H. Balding guy. It's nice having hair. And all I really want to say is I'm kind of like surprised in a way that there's still like a lot of naivety that people have when it comes to people being charlatans, basically. You know, you see a lot of commentary and comments on people being surprised and whatnot when it comes to this type of stuff, like shocked that a person they follow could be a fraud, or just like shocked that people could steal and everything else. And it's like, look at the world that we live in. The world we live in is based on like being a charlatan, being a fraud, being everything else, like just being fake. We've crafted society based on that. You know, fake it until you make it, and then fake it some more. Like, let's use the YouTube landscape for example, right? There's a lot of YouTubers. There's a lot of people on YouTube. So not everybody's a fake, but we'll say on like the political side, some of the biggest figures, Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, Crowder, whatever, all liars. Absolutely. They exist to craft narratives, right? Craft outrage, culture war, and all this other stuff, fear mongering for money. That's all what they do it for. It's all to get paid and everything. Yeah, it might be like in the case of Shapiro and whatever Peterson is, of their fundamentalism and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's still for profit. They're doing all this shit to profit off of it. They know their avenue and everything. If we look at news, CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, for-profit media, for-profit news, especially Fox News. Fox News under, what is it, Danny... That's I want to say Danny Ainge, Roger Ailes. There we go. Under the late Roger Ailes and everybody, Danny Ainge, under the late Roger Ailes, right? And with the help of Rupert Murdoch, who obviously owns everything, they've crafted a whole media news empire that literally exists just to lie to people and profit off of it. Now, obviously, that's a little different than plagiarism and everything, but what I'm really just trying to say is that they're like two sides of the same coin. Because if you have no problem with plagiarism, you have no problem with lying. James Somerton has no problem with lying. He doesn't just plagiarize from people, but he just overtly lies about stuff too. And his media has been called out for it. If we look like game ads for the mobile space, there's a lot of ads being funded by, you know, companies that have money that are just fake. In fact, one of the things I've seen was, this shit was wild. I play a lot of video games, at least played a lot of video games before I started doing this stuff, living out the car stuff and everything, right? If the game exists, I probably know about it. So, there's a game called Dreadnought, and basically it's capital class battleships. That's what the game, that's what you pilot, and you just shoot at each other. It's a PvP, PvE type game using capital class battleships. And the game ad I saw was a space war type game that literally was just Dreadnought. And I don't mean it was similar to Dreadnought and anything. No, I mean these motherfuckers actually took video clips of Dreadnought gameplay and just put it as their ad. Yeah. If you work in the media space, which I do and everything, people will tell you, do not be public with your ideas. Don't tell anybody. You keep it amongst yourself and your team, if you have a team that are trustworthy and everything, because if you don't, somebody will steal it. That's not an if, it's a when. It will happen. In fact, there's some people I know through others who worked in Hollywood and everything else, worked under producers and stuff and yada yada yada, who almost stole their ideas. Didn't steal them because they were smart about it, but other things like false promises to help get ideas published and things, and a year goes the line, 2 years go on the line, and they're basically just still doing free work for said person, and they're not getting paid in any way or form. Their career has elevated. Nobody knows who they are. I could continue going and everything. This is off the top of my head, but the whole point of it is our society is crafted off of just bullshit. Crafted off of lying. Crafted off of stealing from people. In fact, look at my skin color, right? There are genres of music that exist that were literally taken off the work of people that look like this. They went from being the soul of the South to now America first, patriots country. And when you see all that, and then you see a Somerton and everything else that I've used as comparisons, it's just, yeah, sounds about right. It's just another Tuesday. And that's what I really just wanted to say. It's just another Tuesday. Now, should they be called out? Absolutely. I enjoyed it, Bomber Guy's video. I watched all 4 hours of it. But it's just, and maybe I'm cynical being black and everything and whatnot, but it's just seeing people be shocked about this stuff still just gets me. After all, I was raised in a community of veterans from World War I to Vietnam, and they were serving a country that didn't even really have federal legislation for equal rights and voting. So it just is what it is. It's America or Canada. It's the world. Why are we shocked? Why are we surprised? People are going to continue to do this until we don't exist no more. That's all. That's all I really wanted to say. Just like I said, it was just something that's on my mind. I had to get it out. And just people just, I can't believe they were doing that. And I'm just like, why? Sounds about right. Anyways, that's it. I actually got a real video coming out soon. It's about having the flu and everything. Peace.